bird is, but I will take it because my team has finally found itself just in time to go win a home playoff game and blow whatever high draft pick.
They can win a home playoff game, or they can have a home playoff game?
They can win the right to play a home playoff game. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Which is a pretty great thing considering that they're 3-7 right now.
Well, consider that somebody has to win that division.
All right. But I told you the first sign of life came at Philadelphia when my team with rookie Ben DiNucci at quarterback was in position to go up 16-7 in the third quarter and fell all apart because it was BAD, Benjamin Anthony DiNucci at quarterback. Second sign of life came a couple of weeks back before the bye week against the vaunted, undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers at Jerry World. What did you see in that game? I saw my team be in position to win the whole football game, not just the third quarter, but the fourth quarter, with Garrett Gilbert at quarterback. But it's hard to beat two teams. It's hard to beat the Steelers and the referees.
Don't do that. There you go.
And the referees. Well, they stole it. You know it and I know it. They stole it from me. Okay, so now we come to yesterday. What did you see for 4 quarters? I saw a real live football team that has finally come of age, come back to life.
Skip, after one game, just say, okay, they played good, but
the Vikings had won 3 in a row. They were 7-point favorites at home. They had blown Green Bay off the frozen tundra up at Lambeau Field. They had won at Chicago in a black and blue division game. When was that? Back on Monday. What's that?
Yeah, it was Monday night.
Monday night. And here came my team with Andy Dalton at quarterback, and he showed you why he is now remaining the best quarterback in the NFC East. Andy Dalton is even better than Give It To Him Wentz, who now leads the whole NFL in turnovers by 5. He's 5 clear of anybody else. Would you believe that your man Give It To Him Wentz, and that's W-I-N-C-E, as in Wentz every time he drops back to throw? Would you believe he has more turnovers than 29 other teams have?
Yeah,
other teams have. That's unbelievably bad. They are a disaster. They are a chaotic mess. My only fear is that he's going to go to Jalen Hurts, then I'm in trouble. If he goes to Jalen Hurts, all bets are off, because I've told you the day after he got drafted, the Monday after, I said, hey, this guy will change life in Philadelphia if they give him the reins. But apparently they're not going to do that. They're going to stick with Carson Wentz. And what his name, Dougie P, said after the game, that I don't want to send the wrong message to my locker room. Really? So you're going to stick with the all-time turnover machine? Really?
Well, we're going to talk about this a little later, the message that Brian Flores sent to his locker room.
All right. So would you believe that my Dallas Cowboys, remaining schedule, just on opponents' won-loss records, have the second easiest schedule in the entire NFL? The Redskins have the 17th easiest schedule and have to play at Dallas this coming Thanksgiving 4 days.
Feast on you turkeys.
The Giants have the 22nd easiest schedule, or should I say, that makes it the 11th hardest schedule. The Eagles, as you call them, the dumpster fire, they have the 28th easiest schedule, or should we say the 5th toughest schedule. It shapes up for my team to win this going away. But I don't think they'll win it going away, because I do have respect for the Giants, and I kept telling you all along, beware of the Giants. And you called them terrible multiple times on this show.
They are terrible, but Skip, the thing is, look, the division is terrible, so therefore, if you're in this division, you're terrible. But because no one put distance between themselves, Skip, it would have been different if somebody could have raced out and says, okay, everybody else is struggling, let's get to 6 wins. It'd be over. A team has 6 wins right now, Skip, this division would be over. But because everybody has 3 wins and the Eagles are basically in the lead because they got a tie as opposed to a loss, lets you know just how bad this division is. Now, the Giants, the Giants really got their work cut out for them, Skip, because they got Seattle, they got Arizona.
They got at Seattle.
Cleveland and Baltimore. All of these teams are fighting. Right now, Baltimore is on the outside looking in at the playoff spot.
And the Giants have to play at Baltimore.
Right. So, Skip, at the beginning of the year, we talk about, man, they could be in line for the #1 seed. Now they're looking in the window trying to even get in to get a seat. at the playoff table. Seattle still says, hold on, we still got an outside chance to get a number one seed.
I agree.
Arizona said, hey, we got a chance to win the division and get a home playoff game.
They do.
So they're going to get everybody's best effort. And I agree with you. The Cowboys have a more favorable schedule. But it doesn't mean anything if you don't capitalize on what you did Sunday.
That is correct.
So I still believe the Giants have the best team in the division. The question is, can the quarterback stay out of the way? Can he? You trust that? Because I think their defense is playing unbelievable. Their defense is playing the best of anybody in that division.
My defense has come back to life. Again, Jerry Jones had the guts or the foresight, whatever you want to call it, to cut every free agent that he signed to bolster this defense.
I mean, with no big money involved.
Well, but there's some big names involved.
Yeah, they're just names, but Skip, there was no money. There's there's going to be $20 million on my dead cap on my dead money on my cap. So there's none of that. And basically, he had bought in. He says Mike McCarthy and Mike Nolan aren't going anywhere. You guys are expendable. These two guys aren't. So I'm going to make that decision to get you up.
There was a locker room mutiny, which is why the game at Washington we saw, it was a disaster because they wouldn't play. They refused to even try on defense. We kept putting up play after play where we'd say, look at this, look at this. Nobody wants to tackle because they had rejected Mike Nolan's teaching and his system. And Jerry finally had to reject all of the above. And I'm not saying that what they were saying was wrong. I think they were right. But it cleaned house, and all those remaining, a lot of young players, they were even playing their fourth-round pick. Reggie Robinson played a lot. He played Thielen the whole second half and did okay on him, the corner from Tulsa. So all of a sudden, young players, we don't even have Trevon Diggs. Obviously, we lost him for X weeks. I don't know. He might come back for the very end of the season. But the point is that everybody who's left has bought into whatever it is that everybody else
Skip, that was the problem, Skip. They weren't buying in because a lot of guys had success in the old scheme. Well, Skip, if I start out, okay, I'm in a new system, and I'm not having success, what is the first thing I want to do? I want to go back and do what I had success in. So guys want to freelance. Well, we slanted, I get this, and now you get caught out of position. So now they're playing it straight up like they're supposed to. Yeah, teams, look, everybody gets paid. You can't look, man, I can't believe they read. Hold on, he gets a check too. They study film also. But play what we ask you to play, do what you're supposed to do, and then we'll coach it up from there. But when you freelance and get out of position, you put everybody in harm's way. That's why you got 307, you got 240, you got 207. And the best right now, arguably the guy that's playing the best at that position, he's like, he got 115. But you didn't give him 215.
That is correct. And we went for 180. They had 125, we went from 180. And do you remember this guy who wears 21 named Ezekiel Elliott? He was back because they moved Zach Martin from right guard to right tackle, and he was road grading off the edge. And Zeke knows where to eat. You eat off, you just run behind Zach Martin.
Skip, this is the first time that I think in a long time they were committed to the run.
Well,
and Zeke rewarded them, and Tony Pollard rewarded them for sticking with it. The biggest thing is that they didn't fall behind by double digits. So therefore, you don't have to worry about getting away from your run game and just throw. If you can keep it close, you're going to keep them honest because that's still Zeke Elliott. You can say, well, he's not the same, but in the defense's eyes, he's still the same. They see 2-1 lined up back there. They know, hey, we got to get our fits right. And then Andy Dalton play action, and you got CeeDee Lamb open. You got Amari open. Schultz had a big had some key catches.
He did.
So Skip, look, the Cowboys are in a great position, but they're only in a great position because this is a terrible division. You know that, I know that.
Okay, in the terrible division, 2 of the last 3 games against the division have to be at Jerry World. So you got Washington on Thanksgiving, then you got the Eagles having to come to Dallas. And then the final regular season game is at Giants, and it may come down to that.
Skip, y'all don't have no great home field. You make it seem like y'all got the 12th man and y'all got Arrowhead or something. Y'all ain't got no home field advantage in that place.
I don't know. Well, we hadn't won a road game until yesterday. So,
you hadn't won a game in a month. Well, you make it seem like y'all were just, y'all were just hit a little tough patch and you lost a couple of games in a row. No, you were terrible. You still are. So I don't want you to go get your home.
I don't think we're terrible anymore.
I do.
We have a legit qualified quarterback named Andy Dalton. The real AD in sports
Don't do
is
that.
in Dallas.
First of all, Skip.
AD.
Skip, this division is terrible. You know. Why?
It's getting better. The Cowboys and Giants and Redskins have gotten much better than they were early in the year.
Skip, those three teams still have one fewer win than the Steelers have by themselves.
Okay. Well, all I know is I love my team's chances now because all of a sudden I got a hitter emerging on the back end of my defense named Donovan Wilson, who just laid the wood on Kirk Cousins yesterday and then on Dalvin Cook. And it was a joy to watch because we haven't had anything like that. And we have Leighton Vander Esch back, the Wolf Hunter. Remember, he broke his collarbone right out of the box.
Yep.
And he's finally back, and he is run stuffing.
Oh, he is.
So we got that going.
Thank you. Thank you.